Project center project
Ganesan, a distinguished academic leader with over 29 years of experience in education, research, and administration, currently serving as the Dean at Kalasalingam Business School. Part of the Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education, Dr. Ganesan has made significant contributions to the fields of marketing, economics, and business research. Dr. Ganesan's extensive career spans several prestigious institutions, including VIP University and NSG Academy, where he held leadership roles. He is a renowned researcher with over 70 international conference presentations and numerous publications in top-tier journals. His expertise in areas such as service innovation and customer engagement is highly regarded in both academic and industry circles. A recipient of multiple awards for his research excellence, Dr. Ganesan is also actively involved in global academic collaborations, visiting faculty, and consultancy projects across Asia, Africa, and beyond. With his deep commitment to shaping future leaders, Dr. Ganesan continues to inspire through his innovative teaching and impactful research. Let's welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to introduce Dr. Theenathayalan, a highly accomplished professional with an illustrious career in the fields of environmental science and sustainability. Dr. Theenathayalan holds a PhD in chemistry and is renowned for his extensive contributions to research, particularly in areas such as waste management, air pollution control, and environmental policy development. His pioneering work has led to the publication of numerous papers in national and international journals, earning him wide recognition in academic and industrial circles. With over 2 decades of experience, Dr. Theenathayalan has collaborated with governmental and non-governmental organizations, offering his expertise to drive eco-friendly practices and sustainable development initiatives. As a dedicated educator, he has mentored countless students and professionals, inspiring them to pursue careers that positively impact the environment. A visionary leader in environmental innovation, Dr. Theenathayalan continues to advocate for green technology and sustainable living, making a lasting impact on the world around us. Let's welcome him a warm round of applause.
Good morning. It's my pleasure and privilege to be here to share some of my views on digital economy. And before that, I want to thank Dean, our friend, for inviting me to this wonderful interactive meeting with young budding managers. I also thank the management of RLIMS for giving this opportunity, and also the faculty members of RLIMS for the invitation. And this is the right move. In fact, it is being in my mind for several decades. I graduated my both UG and PG from PhD College of Arts and Science way back 1990. And after that, when I entered into the Velurin Engineering College at 1996 December, I always think how we can motivate the management students to learn more about economics. As rightly said, Dean said, economics is a mother discipline or a mother subject for the management, all courses. You cannot take even a simple topic without the foundation for economics. Always the young minds like quoting some sports celebrity examples. If you take cinema industry, people always take two people, one is MGR and Shivaji Ganesan. So they take. Now these people may not know Shivaji Ganesan or MGR, but they know Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan. The style means Rajinikanth, the acting means Kamal Haasan. So no actor can act or can follow the style means the Rajinikanth style, always everyone will follow. If you come to say cricket, many of us love to watch, love to play the cricket. Again, the legends are, old legends may not know these people, only Sachin or even now Tala, these people, let's say MSD, we shortly call, and these two people inspired a lot of cricketers. Now same way, economics, as Sir said, is a mother discipline for all courses you study. So in that way, economics initiative by Dean, faculty members of RLIMS, from my bottom of the heart, I really appreciate, sir. My sincere thanks for bringing this kind of initiative, which I couldn't do for the last several years at least. Again, my sincere thanks for giving me this opportunity. Coming back to this one, the topic, namely digital economy. A lot of changes are happening as far as Indian economy is concerned. Tremendous things are due to the knowingly, unknowingly started by Manmohan Singh way back 1991, and I was fortunate enough to stand in front of him in Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Studies, Mumbai. I was attending Indian Economic Association conference in 1992, And that was the 1991, the policies were, new economic policies were introduced, and many of the renowned economists of India were standing in front of Dr. Manmohan Singh, and everyone that time was questioning him, why you are bringing this kind of policy changes, why not you bring some say domestic base. He asked, okay, your people are good in criticizing, but no one is giving alternate. So that was the statement made by Dr. Manmohan Singh right from 1991 to till date. After 1991, the second revolution in many areas started by particularly infrastructure by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And we need to remember, this is time to remember all those kind of people who contributed to the Indian economy. So, he brought many changes, and no one is there to change what Manmohan Singh brought. No one is there to change what Vajpayee brought. And be a Congress government or be the BJP government, there is no alternate. And that is what is happening now. So last one decade, if you take, so many things are happening. Initiatives in terms of the digital economy, and thanks to again many of the ministers headed by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Second slide. So this is a clear thing. We need to understand the fundamentals. I'm not going to talk about the other two, Make in India and Startup India. I'm going to concentrate only on a digital economy, a digital India. So these three broader perspectives are brought under the digital economy. Now always we have in our mind, digital economy means cashless economy, but it's not per se digital economy is equal to cashless economy. No. So digital economy brought these broader three things: Digital India, Make in India, Startup India. And Make in India, they invested a lot, brought many companies, that is domestic companies, and we are able to achieve certain things. Startup India, again, the present government is giving, both state level and central level is giving a lot of significance to Startup India. I'm not going to touch upon it, but my concentration is going to be for about another 20 minutes. Going to be on a digital India, and I don't want to stand in between your stomach and my talk. Okay, the next one, please. So, what is the vision of digital India? The vision of digital India is, say, every citizen by the government of India and different state governments and the business process management. So these people are, say for example, telecom service provider or internet service providers, all those people will come under that category. And the enablers are the governments, and even some of the public or the private people will also come. So the government public infrastructure, which we are going to discuss in detail. And then the end users we normally think that the consumers like you and me, but it is not that way. The end users are here, the both sectors, industries and the consumers. So that is what the end user. And when we looked at in detail, say look at how it is happening as far as the end users are concerned. You and I or your parents are primarily using e-grocery. People who are living in cities, towns, even sometimes the villages which are adjacent to the city, like say Madura, Chennai, Vellore, Bangalore and all. People are very much interested in buying groceries through different e-portal like RLIMS is giving. Digital payments everyone is using, so over a period of years it is growing. And content like what people are interested in like say Instagram, WhatsApp, all I would say social networking sites. Then many of us are going for MOOC, SWAYAM, NAPTEL, or we are going for say edX platform, all those things which comes in there. So how over a period of years is increasing like anything. And similarly, who are the enablers? The government's public infrastructure, digital public infrastructure per se, and common service centers. I'm not going to state here. Say, can you give me the mic? I'll go for an interactive mode rather than just I speak. Can you give me the interactive? Just roll out the mic. How many of you have seen? How many of you have seen these things? Like I think I'm audio, right? How many of you have seen in your place this common service centers? What do you mean by common service center? How many of you have seen if neighboring say it's not? I'm not talking about the Greek and Latin. How many of you have seen common service center in your village or in your own place? What are the services provided by these common service centers in your own place? I'm not talking about the exactly, that is what E-Seva Mayam is called, community common service centers, where what kind of services they are providing? Okay. No. They are not providing this kind of service. So that's the one thing. And you can look at that, there are so many companies are how many? Okay, so let us go to this side. How many telecom companies are there? I just wanted to ask you, right? How many telecom companies are there in India? Yes. Sorry?
5.
So if you count, then you can understand what he is saying. How many telecom companies are there?
5. Maximum.
Sorry?
Maximum.
Now I ask you how many companies are there that say name the company.
Jio,
Airtel,
Vodafone and Idea,
Vodafone Idea,
BSNL.
only that's all? That's all? Sure? Okay. So look at those companies are providing mobile services, data services, like that we can go. The last row people, can you tell something about UPI? Anyone, can you tell something about UPI? Okay, so these are the these are the service people. Like say they provide digital public services. Next slide. So when we go for a digital economy, any management student need to understand the 9 pillars of the digital economy. Quite interesting because say not normal MBA students understand the digital economy and the 9 pillars of the digital economy. So one pillar is a broadband highways. When we look at the broadband highways, there are a lot of things which are happening. Few years before you may not have the internet access, but now even in this kind of area we are getting a broadband fiber cable, all those things only because of government initiatives comes under the digital economy. And not only in rural, we are going to decide, we are going to see how it is changing the landscape, urban, and many of the parties are involved, that is under Department of Electronics and Information Technology, lot of changes are happening. Then the second one, universal access to phones. So that's why even a Jio and other companies are coming with the cheapest mobile phone. The third one, the public internet access program. The third one is over, then the fourth one is e-governance, e-granty, information for all, electronics manufacturing, which we are not going to talk, IT for jobs. I will give some introductory things so that you will be able to understand. Early harvest program. Next slide. So look at that. This is an interesting one. If you look at all these things, like say broadband highways. Now when the Digital India started way back in 2015-16, the aim was 250,000 village panchayats wanted to get their broadband. 250,000 village panchayats. And what was the investment outlay? Investment outlay is about 32,000 crore. Now that is what the investment allocated or the outlay allocated. Then the second thing, say urban also. Urban means Madura, Trichy and other people, other areas. So a lot of virtual network operators were entered and then they started giving internet connection, broadband connection and all. Then the national information infrastructure with a lot of integration of network from the state, national knowledge level and other things. So Department of Telecommunication, Department of Electronics and Information Technology with a worth of 15,680 crore they invested on this. And if you look at that as on date, somewhere about 6,44,131 villages are with a broadband connection. You won't believe. That's the reason why you are able to get speed in the internet connection. So that is what one of the greatest achievements from the Digital India. The second one, if you look at that, say universal access to mobile connectivity, internet coverage in all India towns, and also network penetration so that you will be able to cover the gaps, the rural-urban divide. So if you look at the India's achievement, 78% of Indian population able to get the mobile connection. Internet penetration in India is 52.4. 5G, which recently rolled out by BSNL along with the Tata, our percentage 65. All you people are able to get the data consumption. Way back 2014 is only less than 1%. Now it is 20.27 GB. That is 20.27 average data consumption. That is what happening. Next slide, please. And if you look at the third one, public internet access. So that is what I was talking to you. I was asking you something which is coming in a big way. Say the common service centers, which was 1,35,000 and currently it is 2,50,000 community service centers. 1,50,000 post offices are brought under the multifunction services, and that's what given here. Now it is a 5 lakh. The current is 5,88,000 662. Post office, the functions are changing now. Tremendous improvements, postal services, postal banks, everything is coming. And if you look at the e-governance, now a lot of changes are happening. If you need not go to some of the banks or for the renewables and all, everything is changing automatic. Fast tag facilities, digital wallet, all those things are the initiative from Digital India. Now lot of electronic database they have gone to get the say land registration documents in a thing. So you go with some say the pen drive or now they started giving last couple of years before they started giving CD and all in the land registration documents. Lot of public grievances, redressal mechanisms in terms of information technology or IT, income tax, government related scholarships, fellowships and all. Then next e-Granthi, these are the different schemes under the e-Granthi. Like say for example starting from technology or financial inclusion to security or safety, even our farmers are getting a lot of technology products. Then the information to all is coming, that say when we take the information to all. Under the digital economy, if you go to any government website, not age-old websites, the age-old websites like you don't have any kind of information when you looked at the government website. Now all of you have a mobile phone. I just wanted to tell you one thing. Go to Jal Jeevan, type the Jal Jeevan in a Google. Jal Jeevan mission or Jal Jeevan scheme, and wherever you are coming from, it's for about 2 minutes exercise. And everyone please open your Google and type Jal Jeevan mission. Everyone take your mobile phone and type Jal Jeevan mission. If you open Jal Jeevan mission, the dashboard gives a lot of information. How many of you have a tap water connection in your home? That's not through your Panchayat and all. Jal Jeevan mission, JJM. And they always put a paint in the blue color, white, they give JJM. How many of your house having a water tap connection through Jal Jeevan mission scheme? You can raise your hand, there is no harm in saying. How many of you have? Right, thank you. So, not many of you are interested, but the thing is at least few hands were raised. Now, a lady comes and check your water quality as a digital economy. And who is that, say for example, how many in your village or in your hometown, how many Anganwadis are getting water connection? Who is in charge? How many village panchayats are with water connection? So lot of inputs are there. That is what the kind of information for all. So my government again is the best thing. Now a lot of times you will get anonymous messages even from Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and Prime Minister or the Finance Minister, all those things. It is what called as online messaging, bulk messaging services. These are the things we are already utilizing those services under the Digital India and the Digital Economy schemes. Next one. So if you look at that, there are a lot of things are coming up for you. How many of you know NSDC? How many of you know NSDC? I believe all of you are second year, right? How many of you know NSDC? Now this is where the state of South Tamil Nadu people. NSDC is a National Skill Development Corporation. The NSDC comes with a lot of skill development programs. Now one of the skill development programs related to grooming the people, or in other words, training the people for ITES companies. Now are we ready to go for that kind of a training? LSDC for, this is nothing to do with Digital India, I just wanted to say one thing. NSDC is having a logistic skill development council. Logistic skill council. It provides the apprenticeship with a stipend. How many of you are interested? That is what the kind of a thing which we must know. Then the another thing which is say early harvest, where say a lot of changes are happening, bulk messaging services, and even a government related and Aadhaar related attendance system for the government offices, and Wi-Fi for all colleges and universities. That's another scheme is coming up. Say email or anything from the government, and say government is coming out with a Wi-Fi hotspots, like state and the local governments are, many of you are aware, in Madura there are a lot of places where the local governments or the municipal government or the corporation is giving or installed a lot of security cameras. Same way the hotspots are going to come up. Like if you visit Western countries or some of the Malaysia, Singapore, you not charge for the internet facilities. Wherever you go, even a public places like a bus stop or a train station. In India, only two places you can get, 2 or 3 places you can get a free Wi-Fi connection. One is airport, another one is coming slowly in some of the metro stations or railway stations, not in every places. But in future, when you are going to cross about 40 and old, the hotspots are going to come up. And similarly, there are a lot of services. Next slide. Say, this is where for another 5 or at the maximum 10 minutes I am going to concentrate, and it is going to be useful for your job as well as for your knowledge purpose. Now that is what the technology for the financial inclusion in India, right from the rural places to the metros, the villages to metros, everyone is involved in this kind of activities. Now my concentration for another 5 to 10 minutes, not more than that, for UPI services, a lot of things we are using. How many of you know mini-graph? How many of you know mini-graph? But the mini-graph schemes normally you come across from your villages. Look at that, say, now how many of you are aware that your mother or a father mobile phone, the message comes that this month's subsidy, LPG subsidy 300, now it is delivered. How many of you are aware? Sir, I don't have a time. I could read the faces everywhere. Sir, I know only about YouTube, I know only about Instagram. I don't have a time to read my mother mobile or a father mobile. LPG subsidies, bulk things are coming. Then the land records, as I said, IRCTC or other things, Aadhaar based, lot of things are coming, UPI. Next slide, please. What do you mean by financial inclusion? What exactly financial inclusion and how it is connected to the digital India and macro topic like digital economy? Say, our government of India and specifically wanted to provide accessible and appropriate financial product to every corner of the society in terms of what? Transaction, payments, saving and credit and insurance. That's why many of you know that InsurTech or other technology or fintech things are coming. Next slide. Now, why financial inclusion? I'm going to leave the slides to your faculty members. I request the faculty members to circulate all these things. Why financial inclusion? The financial inclusion reduces the poverty, reduces the say inequality. So every village is now able to get a small finance bank, and every village people are using, even a small vegetable vendor is using a digital wallet. That's where the equality is brought down. Empowerment is there, and all downtrodden society people are included in the financial products, financial services. And even say, how many of you are aware there is a one wallet company based at South, started at a small level competing with Google Pay. How many of you are aware there is a one person like you started a wallet company that is like a Google Pay, like a Phone Pay, like a Paytm, and he is in a position to compete with, I'm not going to name the company, he is competing with the giants like Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm and all. How many of you know? And you know, his target is only these kind of vendors. Flower vendor, vegetable vendor, and say the fruits seller, only these kind of people. Not even like a say retail store and all. Now your concentration must be like that, not simply coming to MBA and then seeking for job and all. Right? So that is what small, micro, tiny businesses are supported. These are the technologies. I'm going to spend some more time on the digital payments only. Next slide. So what are the different types of digital payments? All cards which we are using, and say point of sales, terminals, mobile banking, internet banking. Blue color only I'm going to concentrate mobile wallet through UPI, Unified Payment Interface. Now this is another quiz from my side. What is NPCI?
National Payment Corporation of India.
NPCI is the National Payment Corporation of India, custodian of UPI. Next slide. Now I'm going to leave it because I don't want to take sir's time. Now it's a lot of benefits to all key stakeholders, starting from the customer to merchants and other people. Next slide. And UPI, thanks to Corona. Otherwise, I'm going to show you with the data. Only because of Corona, this UPI utilization had gone up like anything. Say, NPCL said, NPCL defined what is UPI and why it is known as a cashless economy. Next slide. Look at that, there are a lot of futures under the UPI, say 25 by 4, 25 by 7, then 365 days we will be able to utilize this UPI. You can use it only in a single mobile app, not a multiple mobile app like other things. So two-factor authentication, you will get a PIN number, you will get also some more things. There are QR code basis. No need to go for ATM to withdraw the cash. Cash on delivery, everything is possible. Easy merchant payment if you want to pay, possible. Scan and pay, and easy to register the compliance. So that is what another thing. Next slide. Now again, the benefits which I am not going to discuss. Okay, you can read it. Next one. Now this is for you people. How this third-party UPI and the another one is related to prepaid instrument. Could you differentiate between these two? Anyone? What is the difference between third-party UPI and prepaid instrument issuers?
இருக்கிற மணியை வந்து நம்ம ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். வேறஸ் வந்து பிபிஐ அப்படின்றது வந்து நம்ம மாலில் யூஸ் பண்ணுற ஒரு ஃபன் கார்டு மாதிரி, அதில் நம்ம ஒரு சர்டைன் அமௌண்ட் மட்டும் அதில் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிவிட்டு அதை நம்ம ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி.
Give her an applause. So exactly what you have to do, you need to load a money. That's like a wallet, you need to load a money, and from that loaded money you need to spend. You cannot cross the limit. But next slide. If you look at that, say the bank account linkage, say the direct link to your bank account, multiple bank account you can link, whereas PPI is a preloaded one. And say transaction speed is very faster and it's very medium. And similarly acceptance everywhere, but it's a limited acceptance. Next slide. Next slide. So look at that, how many popular UPIs are there, and this is what mostly you people are using. Next slide. Now I just take the points here. I'm not going to again spend a lot of time. Volume and value transaction was very low in 2021, but look at the 2024. Next one. Look at the 2024, it is a 14,746 transaction in millions, but the amount is 20.46 lakh crore, 46,000 crores. So that is what PhonePe, which is leading the transaction as well as the volume and value, followed by Google Pay and then Paytm. Paytm recently gone through some of the issues. Next slide. Next slide. Now this is what a project like you people have done under me. Need your attention. An MBA student did a project under me and come to know that what are the choices of the people. So Paytm is the first choice from the people. Paytm is the first choice from the people, followed by Google Pay or Amazon or other things. So where are they from? The sample size is 1047. Sample size is 1047, both Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, mostly southern states people. Next slide, I'm going to stop here. Next slide, you look at that, the male and female ratio, look at the age category, and majority of the people are 70% above people are below 30. And say majority, even with a PG and UG background, people are using this kind of digital wallet, and the students and the private company people are using much higher than the business people and self-employed. Look at the city and village people also competing with other people in using digital wallet and all. Okay, I hope I finished my work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing a valuable insight. Now I request Dr. S. Theenathayalan, sir, to address our students.
My watch time is full. You have to tolerate me up to 1:30. You have to tolerate me up to 1:30. That means 40 minutes. If you want to reduce the time from 40 minutes to 30 minutes, I am prepared to do it with the permission of the chair. Okay. Respected Professor Dr. Subramaniam, the earlier speaker, Dr. Ganesan, faculty members Dr. Koledi and Dr. Arbom and other faculty members, my dear student friends, I earnestly appeal to all of you, kindly tolerate me for 30 minutes. Don't speak. Because the way in which they have organized the program and spending so much of money in conducting this kind of seminar, the energy has been completely waste. At least you must prepare to listen to me. That is my appeal to you. I am very sorry to mention, this is one of the best college in the city that is catering the needs of the society and taking care of the social issues through daily newspaper. But unfortunately, I am able to see that there are people who are always murmuring in the last and even in the middle. But Professor Ganesan has highlighted the importance of the digital economy and how digital process will help us to reach our target in terms of Indian economy, the growth of the Indian economy. Let me want to introduce some of the basic ideas about economics. Basic ideas about Indian economy. I must thank Dr. Subramanian for making this a new nomenclature which is called MIC-MAC-MAN. Micro, macro, combined together is called economics. I do not know whether you know the meaning of the term economics, because you might have had a paper in your undergraduation if you have studied BCom, managerial economics or business economics, or now there may be a paper on managerial economics. But in a nutshell, I can say that economics talks about money. I am standing here for money, you are sitting here for money. This is the truth. I am standing here for money, you are sitting here for money. World is roaming to get money. Once money was a servant to a master, but nowadays money became a master and the master became a servant. Without money you cannot live. Without money you cannot walk. Without money you cannot sleep. You can live without wife, but you cannot live without money. That is the truth, bitter truth, which you will have to accept it. There are two different major subjects in economics, namely microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro studies about the individual behavior, but macro studies about the collective behavior. Now I am going to club both subjects together, micro and macro. When a country wanted to grow, and the growth must take place from the individual, otherwise it is not possible. Therefore, economics is aiming to achieve the growth of the country. Economics is it is one of the finest subjects of all subjects. There are 6 subjects Nobel Prizes are given, out of which one subject is economics. These subjects provide you a multifaceted dimensions of various areas, not only economics, commerce, management, history, physics, chemistry, life sciences, physical sciences, management sciences, arts, humanities, எல்லாத்துக்கும் economics வரும். economicsல நீங்க என்ன சார் நீங்க சொல்ல போறீங்க இங்க கேட்கலாம். ஒரு விஷயம், this is the digital economy. This hall is 100% ICT enabled hall. Digital era. We are talking about IoT. Professor, நீங்க உட்காருங்க, அவங்க பேச மாட்டாங்க, சும்மா உட்காருங்க பாருங்க. IoT, machine learning, drone camera, artificial intelligence, எல்லாம் இருக்கு. காலையில நம்ம சாப்பிடாம இங்க வர முடியாது. Agriculture is our culture. When Nehru visited England and met the Prime Minister Churchill, and Churchill asked one small question to Nehru while they were traveling by train. Mr. Nehru, what's your culture? Nehru immediately replied, our culture is agriculture. Our culture is agriculture. Without agriculture, you cannot imagine the world. With money, you cannot imagine the world. Without money, you cannot imagine the world. But without agriculture, nobody can imagine the world and you cannot survive on the earth. Uludundu valvare valvar mattravam தொழுதுண்டு பெண் செல்பவரே சுழன்றும் ஏர் பின்னது உலகம் அதனால் உழந்தும் உழவே உழுவார் உலகத்தாருக்கு அச்சான். நல்லா படிச்சவன் நாட்டை கூறு போடுறான், ஒன்றும் படிக்காதவன் நாட்டுக்கு சோறு போடுறான். ஒன்றும் படிக்காதவன் நாட்டுக்கு சோறு போடுறான். அதே உண்மை. ஒன்றும் படிக்காதவங்க நமக்கு சோறு போடுறது. The people who are uneducated are virtually feeding the country, but the people who are educated are virtually fragmenting the country and dividing the country. That is the truth according to Pattukotai. This is a statement given by Pattukotai Kalyanapura. It's quite true. It's quite true. Agriculture. How many of you have visited the agricultural lands? How many of you are able to identify this is paddy, this is maize? It's very difficult. How many of you can identify the vegetables, variety of vegetables, variety of flowers, variety of food grains, variety of oil seeds, variety of herbals? How many of you are able to identify? It is highly pathetic. And students are always involving and spending their time only by seeing the WhatsApp and other communication gadgets. It's very, very unfortunate. எனக்கு தெரியும் கடலை எதில் வரும். இந்த செடியை பார்த்தோம்னா இது கடலை செடி, இது தட்டைப்பயிறு, இது நெல், இது புல்லு. நமக்கு புல்லு தெரியுது, எது தெரிய மாட்டேது? புல்லு தெரிய மாட்டேது. பெரிய கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. தயவு செய்து இந்த அட்மாஸ்பியர்ல யூ கேன் நாட் லேர்ன் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர். யூ வில் ஹேவ் டு கோ டு த ஃபீல்ட், விசிட் த நெய்பர் வில்லேஜஸ், ஆஸ்க் த ஃபார்மர்ஸ் அண்ட் நேம் த கிராப்ஸ். அட்லீஸ்ட் நெல் எதுல வரும்? செடியில வரும். புடலங்காய் எதுல வரும்? கொடியில வரும். தேங்காய் எதுல வரும்? மரத்துல வரும். தெரியல, பையனுக்கு தெரியல. யூ கேனாட் கன்சூம் கேப்சூல்ஸ் இன் தி பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் ஃபுட். யூ கேனாட் கன்சூம். உங்களால கன்சூம் பண்ணவே முடியாது. காலையில் எழுந்திரிச்சா நமக்கு ஒரு 2 இட்லி வேணும். இந்த 2 இட்லிக்கு எது வேணும்? அரிசி வேணும். சாயந்தரம் போனால் நமக்கு சப்பாத்தி வேணும். இந்த 2 சப்பாத்திக்கு எது வேணும்? கோதுமை வேணும். அதுக்கு தொட்டுக்கிறதுக்கு எது வேணும்? வெஜிடபிள்ஸ் வேணும், ஃப்ரூட்ஸ் வேணும், எல்லாமே வேணும் நமக்கு. ஆனால் இங்கே உட்காந்து நம்ம என்ன செய்கிறோம்? ஒரு ஏசி ஹாலில் அக்ரிகல்ச்சரை பற்றி என்ன செய்கிறோம்? டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோம். சரி, டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோம். ஐ மஸ்ட் பி தேங்க்ஃபுல் டு சுப்பிரமணியன் சார். நல்ல டாபிக் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. நம்ம போய் பையன்கிட்ட சந்தோஷமாக பேசுவோம்னு சொல்லிட்டு வந்தால் இங்கே பையங்க பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. This is my 34th year of experience as college teacher. I have delivered 150 lectures for the college teachers and university teachers. But it is very unfortunate that the students are not ready to listen to the resource person. That is not good. And college has been spending so much of money in conducting the seminars and conferences. Therefore, kindly listen to the resource person. எதையாவது கவனிங்க. ஏதாவது ஒன்று அந்த ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் கட்டாயம் என்ன செய்வார்? சொல்லுவார். நீங்கள் அதை கேட்டுக்கிறதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு ரெடி இல்லை. வசுதேவ குடும்பகம். Very recently, India had a very big prestigious meet which is called the G20 summit. It's a prestigious program which is organized by India by inviting 20 developed countries to India. in which they have decided to introduce a new concept, the concept which is an indigenous concept from India, Vasudeva Kudumbakam. 1 year, one future, one family. 1 year, one family, one future. இப்போ one nation, one market, one election. எல்லாமே அப்படியே டெவலப் ஆகி வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. வசுதேவ குடும்பத்துல 1 year. There is only 1 year. We have to live only once on the earth. We are not going to live twice in the earth. We have to be very, very careful. We have to safeguard the environment. And there is one concept which is called pollution. எப்ப தம்பி மூணாவது நீ பிறகு பேசியா உன் பக்கத்துல தானே உன் பையன் இருப்பேன், நான் உன் கூட இருக்க மாட்டேன்ல. பொல்யூஷன் பொல்யூஷன்ங்கிறது 2 டேர்ம் நான் உங்களுக்கு இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்றேன், இதில் அளவாக தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். Sustainable development, pollution. So what do you mean by pollution? Pollution, which means in simple terms we can say that it's unwanted particles on the earth or on the land or water or air. The unwanted particles contaminated the land, air and water. There are living organisms, namely man, animals and plants. Biotic factors, abiotic factors. There are 3 changes which are taking place on the earth: physical change, chemical change, biological change. Physical change, chemical change and biological change. Pollution எப்போ வரும்? பிறகு பேசுங்க மேடம். மேடம் முன்னாடி 2 பேர் உட்காந்து பேசினா என்ன? You must have the power of controlling 5 senses. 5 புலன்களையும் அடக்க தெரிந்தவங்க வாழ்க்கையில் வெற்றி பெறலாம். 30 நிமிடத்திற்கு நான் என்னை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணிக்கிறேங்கிற ஒரு முடிவோடு இருக்கிறவங்க நம்ம கோலை என்ன செய்ய முடியும், அச்சீவ் பண்ண முடியும். 30 நிமிடம் என்னால் உட்கார முடியாது, கவனிக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொன்னோம்னா கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் இஸ் வெரி வெரி புவர். As such, you are using only your concentrated power is only 20%. Remaining 80% of the concentration power you are not at all utilized. If you are going to utilize it, you can achieve whatever you want. That is the problem with us. For a good concentration, you must be a good listener. You must be a good listener, and you must tolerate yourself to listen to the resource person. Then you can get something. Otherwise, you cannot get something. When you go back to your home, you must take something from this seminar or from this conference. That should be an idea of you. If you are speaking together, murmuring with your friends, then there is no meaning at all. The faculty members will lose their interest. அதனால் இது நிறைய இடங்கள்ல இப்படி நடக்குது. Even the people who are well educated, a scholarly person, are sitting and listening to the resource person for 3 hours at a stretch. But we do not know who is the collector of Madura district. Yesterday I asked my students, nobody has answered. That is the situation. But people are trying to get the job with good placement and good package. But whether we are suitable or not, which we will have to decide it. Try பண்ணணும். ட்ரை பண்ணலைன்னு சொன்னோம்னா ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். Parents are spending so much of money with their hard work, with blood and sweat. They are spending so much of money on the part of you to get the job. But unfortunately, when you are sitting inside the hall, and this is air conditioned hall, there are about 15 or 20 lights are here. There are 4 or 5 AC network is going on, and there are 6-7 fans are working. And how much of energy we are spending, this is economics. And how much this program is useful to the students, this is economics. Because knowledge is power. You might have read the paragraph in English that knowledge is power. Ariyuda Sakti. There are edume Sakti there. You can rule the world with the help of your knowledge. You can rule the world with the help of your knowledge. I am not feeling well, I have accepted, and he is not feeling well, he has accepted the assignment given by the authorities. Therefore, both of us are coming here with a lot of pains. So you must realize what the people who are coming here and what the people are going to address to you. He is unable to walk, I am unable to stand. But in spite of it, we are trying our level best to provide something for the benefit of the students community. Please do understand that there are a number of problems prevailing in and around. There are people who are unable to take a bowl of food. There are people who are unable to pay exam fees. In my college for post-graduation, this is only 5,000 rupees. I have seen lot of students that they are unable to pay that 5,000 rupees. There are single parents. There are people they don't have enough basic facilities like a house. They are living in a rented house. But it is your responsibility to uplift your family in terms of economics. பொருளாதார ரீதியா நம்ம எப்படி இத கொண்டு போய் செலுத்துவோம்? I am not asking you to go to the field and do the cultivation work and get money. But you must know what is happening in and around you. What is agriculture? Why there is agriculture? What is the use of agriculture? What is the importance of agriculture? Why agriculture has not been popular today? And that as an MBA student you will have to think upon it. And this is a place where we want to move you to think about the issues. That is the objective. Understand? Then pollution, undesirable changes which is taking place physically, chemically, biologically, on land, water, air, which will be harmful to man, animals, plants. Is called land pollution, water pollution, air pollution respectively. Are you able to follow my point? Enna விஷயம் சொல்லிருக்கேன்? Undesirable changes taking place on land, water, air, physically, chemically, biologically. கடைசி என்ன சொன்னேன்? Which will harmful to 3 biotic factors, namely man, animals and plants. இந்த 3 உயிரினங்களையும் பாதிக்கக்கூடிய வகையில் நிலத்தை கெடுக்கிறோம், நீரை கெடுக்கிறோம், காற்றை கெடுக்கிறோம். நீரில்லா நெற்றிபால், திருநீர் இல்லாத நெற்றி இல்லையா, நெய்யில்லா உண்டிபால், ஆறில்லா ஊறுபால், மணக்கொடியில்லா மனைபால் தான். நானா இருந்தா ரூமு, என் மனைவியோட இருந்தா அதுக்கு பேர் ஹோமம். நீரில்லா நெற்றிபால், திருநீர் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிக்கங்க, அது என்னது? அது நெற்றி கிடையாது. நெய் ஊற்றி சாப்பிடலன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன கிடையாது? சாப்பாடு கிடையாது. ஆறில்லா ஊறுபால், ஆறு இல்லைன்னா அது ஊர் கிடையாது. ஆற்றங்கரை ஓரங்கள்ல தான் ஊரெல்லாம் இருக்கும். வாட்டரை ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணணும். You cannot live without water even a day. But you can live without food for about 21 days. And every day you will have to breathe for 2200 times. 2020 முறை நீங்க வந்து மூச்சு விட்டால், for which the environmental quality must be good. 2200 தடவை மூச்சு விடுறோம் 24 ஹவர்ஸ்ல. Quality of environment, solid waste management, civic sense. There is no civic sense at all. Civic sense is இந்த மாதிரி cooperation, student cooperation while the people are talking on the stage. It's a kind of civic sense. But we are always blaming the politicians. They are all bribing. But we have forgotten to remember that what are the rules and regulations to be adopted. Disturbing others is a kind of a crime. Disturbing others is a kind of a crime. அது மாதிரி ஒரு உலகத்துல தப்பு எதுவுமே கிடையாது. I can spoil myself, but I should not make others to spoil. இதுல பொல்யூஷனுக்கு என்னன்னு தெரியுதா? என்னென்ன விஷயம் சொல்லிருக்கேன்? Land, water, air. There are many other types of pollution, but the prime pollutions which directly affects the 3 living organisms are man, animals and plants. What do you mean by sustainable development? ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொஸ்டின். இது யூபிஎஸ்சில எல்லாம் கேட்குறாங்க. சஸ்டைனபிள் டெவலப்மெண்ட், what do you mean that? யாருக்கா தெரியுமா? Sustainable development that meets the needs of the present generation and you should not compromise the needs of the future generation. என்னுடைய தேவைக்காக நான் இன்னைக்கு எல்லா தப்பையும் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டேன்னா என்னுடைய பேர குழந்தைகள், என்னுடைய சந்ததியர்கள் மிக கஷ்டப்படுவாங்க. அதனால we need to have a sustainable development, long lasting development, balanced development, everlasting development. Therefore you are requested to not to disturb the nature, and try to live with nature, try to go with nature, try to protect the nature. இல்லாமல் போயிடுச்சு. இன்னைக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there are number of unnamed diseases. There are number of unnamed diseases. There are named diseases. Fever, blood pressure, diabetics, these are all named diseases. There are unidentified viruses. These are all because of the environmental problems such as global warming, high temperature, greenhouse effect, the amount of heat which is received, retained and reflected on the air, ozone depletion, acid rain, deforestation, climate change. Climate change is the biggest challenge for all the countries, not only India. Climate change. How you can protect the environment? If you are not able to protect the environment, you will definitely struggle to get even a single time food in a day. ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு வேளைக்கு கூட சாப்பாடு என்ன செய்யாது கிடைக்காது. Unfortunately, you may not know, you are all students, that if you are unable to get a rice during the corona period, it's very tough. அந்த farmer போய் அங்கே வேலை செய்யலைன்னா அது காய்கறி கிடைக்காது. எப்படியோ நமக்கு இந்தியாவில் கொண்டு வந்து குடிச்சிட்டாங்க, நம்மகிட்ட ஹெல்த் இம்யூனிட்டி இருந்துச்சு, பொழைச்சிக்கிட்டாங்க, நிறைய பேர் பொழைச்சிக்கிட்டோம். கொத்தா இறந்தான் அங்கே எல்லாம். பிகாஸ் சாலிட் வேஸ்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் இஸ் த டஃபஸ்ட் டாஸ்க் டுடே. சாலிட் வேஸ்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டுங்கிறது பெரிய டாஸ்க். அதுக்கு அடுத்த விஷயம் சஸ்டைனபிள் டெவலப்மெண்ட்டுக்கு அடுத்த விஷயம் ஒரு 17 goals. I am told by Abraham that there are 17 goals. 3 important elements in the SDG goals, sustainable development goals, that is social, economical and environment. And all the goals are comprising of social aspects, economical aspects and environmental aspects. And out of these 3 elements, the foremost importance and the foremost care must be taken only for the climate change. Climate change is a very big threat for the human being. நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல பயங்கரமா மழை பெய்யுது. பெங்களூர் முங்கி போச்சுங்கிறான், மதுரை முங்கிடுச்சுங்கிறான், சென்னை ஏற்கனவே முங்கிடுச்சு, தூத்துக்குடி ஏற்கனவே முங்கிடுச்சு, திருநெல்வேலி ஏற்கனவே முங்கிடுச்சு. என்ன காரணம்? Climate change. There is no civic sense. There is one quote which is given by Edmund Hillary for the term environment. Environmental problems are social problems. Environmental problems are social problems. They begin with the people as the cause. They end with people as the victims. அது ஆரம்பிக்கிற யாரு? மனுஷன் தான். அதை முடிக்கிற யாரு? அதில் பாதிக்கப்பட போற யாரு? மனுஷன் தான். அருமையா சொல்லியிருப்பார் எட்மண்ட் ஹிலாரி. Environmental problems are not scientific problems or environmental problems. It is a social problem. They begin with the people as the cause. Cause na karanam. They end with people as the victims. So it is a high time to think about to protect the environment, to conserve the environment, to preserve the environment by young people like you. Then only you will be able to protect the agriculture. Before independence, the agricultural sector provides a lot of employment opportunities. Now that the service sector is able to provide the good number of opportunities rather than agricultural sector and also industrial sector. For getting a food grain, vegetables, flowers, herbals, oil seeds, fruits and what not. எல்லாம் கிடைக்கணும்னா அதுக்கு எது நல்லா இருக்கணும்? அக்ரிகல்ச்சர். There is a scarcity for agricultural labor. One fine morning you will be able to see that in Hindu paper. If you are able to plow the land, you will be given 8 lakhs rupees per package per annum சொல்றோம். நீ உழுகுறதுக்கு வந்தீங்கன்னா 8 லட்ச ரூபா தரணும். நீ வாத்தியாரா வந்தா 2 லட்ச ரூபா தரணும். அப்படி ஒரு நிலை இந்தியாவுக்கு வராமல் போகாது. Nobody prefers agriculture. Nobody prefers agriculture. Even the farmers' family, they are not liking to put their children in the field of agriculture. So agriculture, நம்மளுடைய சுவாசம். அதை நம்ம முயற்சி பண்ணணும்னா அதுக்கு நம்ம என்விரான்மெண்ட்டை என்ன செய்யணும்? பாதுகாப்பாக வைத்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும். Environment. Land is the first factor of production. In economics, there are 4 factors of production. Now that we are including the 5th factor, which is called energy. land, labor, capital, organization. Now you can include energy as one of the important factors because you cannot imagine the world without energy, without power. So it is your responsibility to protect land. Whatever you will get it from the land. Whatever you put it in the land. Whatever you get it from the land. Whatever you put, you are putting it on the land. There is one interesting proverb. God gives and forgives. Man gets and forgets. God gives and forgives. கொடுப்பான், தப்பு பண்ணாலும் மன்னிச்சிடுவான். ஆனா மனுஷன் எடுத்துக்கிடுவான், gets and immediately forgets. So when you want to protect the farming sector, agricultural sector, and you will have to concentrate. Of course, you may have 1 acre of land, 2 acre of land, you may get the job in Bangalore or metropolitan cities, your father may keep some acre of lands in your village. Don't sell. Try to visit the land and cultivate, and at least cultivate for the sake of maintaining the legacy of your family in the particular village, and also try to provide food to others. That is the meaningful life. அதுதான் என்னது meaningful life. அன்னைக்கு நோயே இல்லை, காரணம் ஆர்கானிக் ஃபார்மிங். இன்னைக்கு நோயா இருக்கு, காரணம் inorganic farming. Because we have a lot of challenge. There are plenty number of problems prevailing in the society. Industrialization, urbanization, mechanization, population. These are the 4 major problems, and for which we must plan, we must prepare, and we must perform. Otherwise it is difficult to safeguard the agricultural farming. Organic farming production regard. There is a big challenge for the government that it is very difficult for the government to feed the people of the country, because when at the time of independence the size of the population was only 30 crores. 30 கோடி நோமுடையால் செப்பு மொழி 18 உடையால் பாரத் 30 கோடி பேர் இருந்தா. Now it is nearing to 150 crores. That is 5 times increasing than that of the original population. So it's a duty of the government to provide and feed the people of the country. Therefore, we will have to follow the high yielding varieties of seeds, Internet of Things in agriculture, machine learning in agriculture, using the unmanned vehicles, and the data science, engineering science, medical science, everything is put into agriculture. எல்லாத்தையும் agricultureல நம்ம போட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். இதை நம்ம தவிர்க்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, you should not allow artificial intelligence to drive you, and you must drive the artificial intelligence. In the introduction, I have been introduced by artificial intelligence, and it was told by Mr. Polandi that I belong to the Department of Chemistry, but actually I belong to the Department of Economics. Don't believe in artificial intelligence. And I have always believed in my tongue point rather than PowerPoint. I always believe in my tongue point rather than PowerPoint. Artificial intelligence will make you to feel comfort, but it is not original. Whatever AI thinks, it will do. But நம்ம ஃபீல் பண்ணாத அது என்ன செய்யாது, சொல்லாது. இப்போ ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸில் ஒரு லெக்சர் கேட்டோம்னா உடனே கொடுத்துரும், ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் ரெடி பண்ணி கொடுத்தோம்னா உடனே கொடுத்துரும், எல்லாமே கொடுத்துரும். பட் அதில் நம்ம போய் பார்க்கணும், உள்ளே போய் பார்த்தாதே அதில் எவ்வளோ ஓட்டாக இருக்குது, எவ்வளோ தப்பு இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறது. இப்போ நான் பேசுகிறது மாதிரி ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் பேச முடியுமா? I feel from the bottom of the heart that the students are spending many lakhs of rupees to acquire the MBA degree. It should not be wasted. The money which is earned and deposited and paid in the name of fees is the hard work of the parents. You will have to realize it. நான் அது மாதிரி பேசுவேன். If the teacher is going to be replaced by gadgets will never speak like this. I am able to see the faces of the students, and accordingly I will change my lecture. But the AI will not change the lecture, whatever you feel in your mind or heart. So agriculture is our culture. And we must nurture agriculture in the minds of the students, minds of the youngsters. That is the duty of the elders. என் ஊரில் இருக்கக்கூடிய நிலத்தை நான் விற்கக்கூடாது. இப்போ நான் பெங்களூரில் போய் ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியர் செட்டில் ஆகிட்டேன்னா உடனே இங்கே இருக்கிற நிலத்தை எடுத்துட்டு போய் அந்த அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் வாங்கி. That should not be the culture. Keep your lands as it is. Whenever you find time, you come to the village and try to cultivate whatever you like. Agriculture protect panna mudiyum. Even today agriculture sector provides 45% of the jobs. Innaikum 45% of the jobs, those who are illiterate, those who are unskilled, those who are untrained, avangalukku kodukkudiya ore idam adha. If you are not skilled, you will be thrown out from the industry. If you have not performed well in your job or marketing, you will be thrown out. And your salary, your continuity, everything will be depending upon the performance of you. Farmers are facing so much of risk, so much of uncertainty. They are the most confident people of the country. Namakala nambike illa. Adu pota velaima velayadungadala theriyadu. But they have been continuously doing the job. அந்த அக்ரிகல்ச்சரை நம்ம கொஞ்சம் ட்ரை பண்ணுவோமே. 45% கான்ட்ரிபியூஷன் வந்து ஜாப்ல இருக்கு. லெஸ் தேன் 50% வந்து ஜிடிபியில் இருக்கு. I'll tell you one truth, India is one of the 5th largest economies in the world. Now we are trying to be in the 3rd place. But the 80% of the GDP have been completely enjoyed by G20 countries. The world GDP, 80% of the GDP, யார் என்ஜாய் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கான்? G20 countries இருக்கு. Remaining 20% we have been sharing. That is the truth, that is the statistics which speaks. Therefore agriculture நீங்க வரணும். நீங்க வந்தாதே agriculture சரியா இருக்கு. Wearing coat, wearing shoe, that is okay. But when you are in the home, you need to have fruits, you need to have vegetables, you need to have oil seeds. Everything you need to have for the sake of survival. You cannot consume capsule for your breakfast. 4 capsule போட்டா போதும். Vitamin, mineral, folic acid, calcium, iron, அஞ்சையும் போட்டா போதுமா? பத்தாது. It is insufficient. You cannot live. You will have to take at least 2-3 idlis or chapatis or a bowl of rice with dal. இதை பற்றியெல்லாம் இப்போ சிந்தனையே கிடையாது. செட்டில்மெண்ட், பிளேஸ்மெண்ட், package. So everybody talks placement, everybody talks about a package, but nobody talks about the basic things, the basic necessaries. Agriculture only provides food, cloth, shelter, medicines, everything. எல்லாத்தையும் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய ஒரே அற்புதமானது என்னது? அக்ரிகல்ச்சர். முன்னாடியெல்லாம் farming வந்து only for subsistence. Nowadays farming is highly commercialized. Cash crops. Cropping patternல நிறைய changes எல்லாம் வந்துச்சு. எக்கச்சக்கமான changes. Central government is taking many initiatives in order to protect environment and also agriculture. But in spite of it, we are unable to protect agriculture, and there is a shortage of agriculture labor today because of the introduction of NGNREGs. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme வந்ததுனால badly in need of agricultural workers by the farmers. ஆள் கிடைக்கல. They are making slogans: Digital India, Make in India, Green India, Clean India, Startup India. எல்லா இந்தியாவும் வந்துருச்சு. பட் நம்ம எந்த இந்தியா? This should be the agricultural India. Our culture is agriculture. நம்ம நாடு is known for agriculture. வேற எதுவும் கிடையாது. They are able to provide food to the world countries. They are able to provide medicine to the world countries. Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, even allopathy. We have invented Covishield during the Corona period. We have exported for 150 countries. So we have been developing, no doubt at all. But we are losing giving priority to the agricultural farming. நம்ம வளர்ந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனையே கிடையாது. ஆனால் எது அடித்தளமோ அதை விட்டுட்டோம். எத்திக்ஸ் ஆர் மோர் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் than that of anything. Moral are more important than that of anything. Values are more important than that of anything. But unfortunately we have lost values. கலப்படம் வருது, சைபர் கிரைம் வருது, தப்பா நடத்துறது வருது, எல்லாம் பிரைபு அதிகமாயிடுச்சு. யார் காரணம்? We can control, we can mitigate land pollution, air pollution, water pollution, marine pollution, noise pollution, every pollution. But we cannot mitigate the mind pollution. Now that the mind has been polluted. Mind is polluted. People wanted to earn money in a shortcut way. They are not preferring to earn money in the right way, but always trying to get the job in a wrong way, shortcut way. That is the problem of Indians. Of course, in slides in I have given you the past, present and future. How agriculture is moving. And without agriculture, you cannot imagine India. Without agriculture, you can imagine Europe countries. But for every country, we need to feed the people. For every country, it is absolutely essential. There valiye kediyadu. At the slide. My presentation consists of 3 dimensions: past agriculture, present state of agriculture, and the future of agriculture. இதுவே விளக்குனாலே போதும். Introduction to early agriculture, primitive stage, barter system. Only we have used only the oldest technologies. ஏர் சுழன்றும் ஏர் பின்னது உலகம். இப்போ அதை மாற்றி வள்ளுவர் இருந்தாருன்னா டிராக்டர் பின்னது உலகம்னு சொல்லுவார். மெஷின் எல்லாமே மாறிடுச்சு. ஸோ அந்த காலத்தில் சப்சிஸ்டன்ஸுக்காக வேண்டிய அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் பண்ணோம். சாப்பிடணும், அங்கங்கே சாப்பிடணும். There was no trade. Now we are thinking about international trade. Fresh flowers from Madura, jasmine is exported to Japan. ஜப்பானில் போய் 100 மல்லிகைப்பூ கொடுங்கன்னு சொன்னோம்னா நம்ம மதுரை மல்லிகைப்பூ அங்கே அப்படியே ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷாக தரோம். அந்த அளவுக்கு ட்ரேட் என்ன ஆகிடுச்சு, மாறிடுச்சு. முன்னாடியெல்லாம் ஃப்ளவருக்கெல்லாம் இவ்வளோ ட்ரேடு கிடையாது, ஹெர்ப்ஸுக்கெல்லாம் இவ்வளோ ட்ரேடு கிடையாது, ஃபுட் கிரைன்ஸுக்கு அவ்வளோ ட்ரேடு கிடையாது, ஆயில் சீடுக்கு அவ்வளோ ட்ரேடு கிடையாது. இப்போ எல்லாம் அந்த மில்லட்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, இது பயங்கரமான ட்ரேட் ஆக்டிவிட்டி ஆகிடுச்சு. மில்லட்ஸ், இயர் ஆஃப் மில்லட்ஸ், அவ்வளவு விஷயங்கள் இப்போ என்ன ஆகிடுச்சு. அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ரெவல்யூஷன் நீங்கள் சார்லாம் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. 1969 MS சுவாமிநாதன், ஃபாதர் ஆஃப் கிரீன் ரெவல்யூஷன், ஹை yielding varieties of seeds, mechanization in agriculture, எல்லாம் பண்ணா surplus sufficient, we are self sufficient in agriculture production. Now we are exporting agriculture products to other countries. So there அப்பயே எப்படி இருந்துச்சு, agriculture revolution வந்துடுச்சு. Cultural and economic impact. Culturally we are not interested to do cultivation in the farm. முன்னாடி எல்லாம் நம்ம விவசாயம் சொல்றதுக்கு பெருமையா நினைப்போம். இப்ப சினிமா படங்கள்ல தான் விவசாயம் சொல்றது பெருமையா நினைக்கிறோம். ஃபீல்டுல போய் என்ன செய்யறது இல்லை, நினைக்கிறது கிடையாது. எக்கனாமிக் இம்பாக்ட் என்ன ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சா? எக்கனாமிக் இம்பாக்ட் பொருளாதார ரீதியா நான் 2 விஷயம் சொன்னேன். GDP contribution more than 50% at the time of independence from the agriculture sector. Now the GDP contribution has come down to the level of less than 15% from the agriculture sector. But in the olden days, the job opportunities from the agriculture sector is more than 70%. But now it has come down to the level of 40 to 45%. It's a tentative statistical figure. Then and there it will vary. இது எல்லாமே இருக்கு. ப்ரெசண்டா என்ன இருக்கு, நம்மாழ்வார் போன்ற ஒரு இயற்கை வேளாண் விஞ்ஞானிகள் நல்ல விஷயங்களை சொல்றாங்க. நம்மாழ்வார் எத்தனை பேருக்கு தெரியும் தெரியல. இயற்கை வேளாண் ஏன்னா there is a close correlation between the food products and the disease which you are gaining. உணவுக்கும் உணவே மருந்தும்பாங்க. இப்போ உணவே என்ன ஆயிடுது, விஷமா மாறிடுச்சு. இப்போ உணவே மருந்து அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா உணவு எல்லாமே எப்படி தயாரிக்கப்படுகிறது, ஒரு தென்னை மரத்துல 1000 காய் காய்க்குது. குட்டையா இருக்கக்கூடிய முருங்கைக்காய் நெட்டையா என் உயரத்துக்கு 6 அடிக்கு வருது. எல்லாமே high yielding varieties of seeds. By giving so much of fertilizers and pesticides, நிறைய ஃபெர்டிலைசர் நிறைய பெஸ்டிசைட்ஸ் எல்லாமே என்ன செய்யறோம் நம்ம கொடுத்து உற்பத்தியை பெருக்கிவிட்டோம். அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஹஸ் கான் அப். பட் அன்ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி அதில் என்ன ஒரு விஷயம் சொன்னோம்னா ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஆல் தி அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் ஆர் வித் அது என்ன இன்ஆர்கானிக் கண்டென்ட்ஸ் எல்லாத்துலேயும் இருக்குங்கிறா. கொய்யாப்பழம் எவ்வளோ பெருசு இருக்குது, 1/2 கிலோ இருக்கு. மாதுளம்பழம் எவ்வளோ பெருசு இருக்குது, 1/2 கிலோ இருக்கு. நாட்டு கொய்யா எவ்வளோதான் இருக்கு, விளையாது. கத்திரிக்காய் சூத்தையே இருக்காது. இப்போ வரக்கூடிய கத்திரிக்காய் அப்போ சூத்தை இருக்கும். சூத்தை இருக்குன்னு சொன்னோம்னா அதுக்கு என்ன காரணம்னா அந்த கத்திரிக்காய் உயிரோடு இருப்பவர்கள் சாப்பிடலாம்னு அர்த்தம். அந்த கத்திரிக்காயில உயிர் வாழக்கூடிய தன்மை இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். மாம்பழத்துல வண்டு இருக்கும், அந்த மாம்பழத்துல உயிர் வாழக்கூடிய சக்தி இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். அதனால அது உயிரோட இருக்கு. இப்ப நம்ம வரக்கூடிய காய்கள்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா குளோனிங் மாதிரி இருக்கும், ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கும், ஒரே கலர்ல இருக்கும். அதுல உயிர்த்தன்மை இல்லை. ஜெனடிக்கலி மாடிஃபைடு கிராப்ஸ் நிறைய வந்துருச்சு. அதுவும் நம்ம உயிருக்கு ஆபத்து. இது எங்க உயிருக்கு ஆபத்து வருதுன்னா நான் அப்பவே சொன்னேன், எதையை எடுத்தோமோ அதை மண்ணில இருந்தே எடுத்தோம். எதை கொடுக்க போகிறோமோ அந்த உடம்பையும் மண்ணுக்கே என்ன செய்ய போறோம், கொடுக்க போறோம். மண்ணை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டிய பொறுப்பு நமக்கு இருக்கு. உன்னை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும் என்றால் நீ எதை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும்? மண்ணை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும். உன்னை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும் என்றால் நீ நீரை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும். நீ உன்னை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும் என்றால் காற்றை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும். இது மூணையும் காப்பாற்றாம எது நல்லா வராது, அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் சரியாக வராது. கரண்ட் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் சிஸ்டம்னா இப்ப என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குன்னா இப்பயே நம்ம IoT பயன்படுத்துறோம், இன்டர்நெட் ஆஃப் திங்ஸ், மெஷின் லேர்னிங் பயன்படுத்துறோம், ட்ரோன் பயன்படுத்துறோம், ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் பயன்படுத்துறோம், அன்மேன்டு வெஹிக்கிள்ஸ் பயன்படுத்துறோம். இது எல்லாமே அக்ரிகல்ச்சர்ல வந்துருச்சு. இது போக ட்ரிப் இரிகேஷன் பயன்படுத்துறோம். நிறைய எஜுகேஷனல் மெத்தட்ஸ் வந்துருச்சு. இத்தனை மெத்தட்ஸ் வந்தாலும் எதை பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாது? ஃபெர்டிலைசர்ஸ், பெஸ்டிசைட்ஸ், ஆர்கானிக் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் மெனூஸ் தான் நம்ம என்ன செய்யணும், யூஸ் பண்ணணும். ஆனால் அன்ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்டா உற்பத்தியை பெருக்கணும், மக்கள் தொகைக்கு ஃபீட் பண்ணணும். 150 கோடி மக்களுக்கு நெல் வேணும், 150 கோடி மக்களுக்கு காய்கறி வேணும், 150 கோடி மக்களுக்கு பழங்கள் வேணும், 150 கோடி மக்களுக்கு மரங்கள் வேணும். இதெல்லாம் மரங்கள். இந்த மரம்லாம் எங்கேருந்து கொண்டு வரும்? ஃபாரஸ்ட் ஏரியா குறைஞ்சிருச்சு. இத்தனை விஷயங்களையும் மேடம் இங்கே கவனிங்க. இத்தனை விஷயங்களுக்கும் எது பயன்படும்? வேளாண்மை தான் பயன்படும். இப்போ கரண்ட் டெக்னாலஜி இன் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் இப்போ சொல்லிட்டேன். மெஷின் லேர்னிங், இன்டர்நெட் ஆஃப் திங்ஸ், ட்ரோன் கேமரா, ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ், சயின்ஸ், நியூ டெக்னிக்ஸ் அண்ட் இன்னோவேஷன் அண்ட் குளோபல் சேலஞ்சஸ். எல்லா நாடுகளும் இப்போ டெக்னாலஜியை பயன்படுத்தி அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ப்ரொடக்ஷனை அதிகப்படுத்திட்டாங்க. சர்ப்ளஸ் ஃபுட் கிரைன்ஸ் இருக்கு. சர்ப்ளஸ் ஃபுட் கிரைன்ஸ் இட்ஸ் வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட் டு ப்ரிசர்வ் தி சர்ப்ளஸ் ஃபுட் கிரைன்ஸ். அதை என்ன செய்ய முடியல நம்மளால? சர்ப்ளஸை பாதுகாக்க முடியல. அப்போ அதிகமாகவும் உற்பத்தி பண்ண முடியாது. ஏன்னா ஆல் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் ஆர் பெரிஷபிள் இன் நேச்சர். எல்லா வேளாண் பொருட்களும் அழுகக்கூடிய ஒரு விஷயம் உண்டு. மேபி இன் அ வீக், மேபி இன் அ டே, மேபி இன் அ மந்த், மேபி 6 months, கட்டாயம் ஒரு நாள் அது கெட்டு போயிடும். ஸோ வி நீட் டு ஹேவ் லார்ஜ் நம்பர் ஆஃப் வேர்ஹவுசிங் ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ். நிறைய வேர்ஹவுசிங்லாம் நமக்கு தேவைப்படுது. அதனால இட்ஸ் அ வெரி பிக் சேலஞ்ச் ஃபார் தி குளோபல் கண்ட்ரிஸ். ஃபியூச்சர் எப்படி இருக்கும்? We would like to continue our journey with sustainable development, everlasting development, balanced growth, inclusive growth without affecting anybody, without harming anybody. We will have to farm, we will have to cultivate in our farms. அதுதான் அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய முக்கியமான விஷயம். Technological advancement. It's very difficult for a small farmer or marginal farmers to obtain technology. So he has to spend so much of money in purchasing the equipments. So it's difficult for them. But in America and other countries, it is known that there is a cooperative farming. Now in India, the lands are subdivided and fragmented. But in America, of course, they are subdividing and fragmenting the country, but they are coming under the cooperative farming. ஒரு 100 ஏக்கர் ஒன்றா வச்சு அவன் என்ன செய்யறான், வேளாண் பண்றான். அதனால மெஷின் அதிகமாக என்ன செய்ய முடியுதாங்க, பயன்படுத்த முடியுது. Climate smart agriculture. Climate is very very essential for agricultural growth. சாதகமான ஒரு சூழல் காலநிலை இருந்தால் தான் என்ன செய்யணும், நம்ம வேளாண்மையை இது பண்ண முடியும். ஒரு பழமொழி கேட்டிருப்பீங்க, ஆடிப்பட்டம் தேடி விதை. உழுகிற நாளில் ஊருக்கு போனால் அறுக்கிற நாளில் ஆள் தேவையில்லை. There is a time to eat, time to walk, time to sleep, time to get a job, time to get married, time to get a child, time to settle in our life, time to be allotted for your rest also. So for everything there is a time. அதனால தான் முகூர்த்த நேரம்லாம் சொல்கிறோம். நேரம்ங்கிறது கட்டாயம் வேணும். Therefore my honest appeal to all the students that have a method for everything. Have a method for everything. Have everything in its method. Have a place for everything. Have everything in its place. Today, a very big challenge for the Madura Corporation and all other corporations in Tamil Nadu, that is solid waste management. Solid waste management. எல்லா சாக்கடையும் புடிங்கிருச்சு. Solid waste management மாதிரி ஒரு உலகத்தில் மிகப்பெரிய பிரச்சனை எதுவுமே இல்லை. Have a method for everything. Have a place for everything. Have a time for everything. Have a method for everything. Have everything in its method. Have a place for everything. Have everything in its place. Have a time for everything. Have everything in its time. For all that you must come together. You must work together. You must think together. And you must do together. Then only you will be able to achieve things. Unna kali. Kali. Kali சாப்பிடுறோம் இல்லையா, கேப்ப களி. Unna kali. அருமையான கவிதை நான் பார்த்தேன். உன்ன களி ஒதுங்க நிழல். முடிச்சிருவேன். உடலுக்கு மருந்து, உடலுக்கு மருந்து, உணர்வுக்கு விருந்து, அடைய குடில், அடைக்க கதவு, அழகு வேலி, ஆட தூளி, தடவ தைலம், தாளிக்க எண்ணெய், எழுத காகிதம், எரிக்க விறகு, மரம்தான் மரம்தான் மரம்தான், மனிதன் மறந்தான் மறந்தான் மறந்தான்னு முடிக்கிறான். எல்லாமே மரம் கொடுக்குது, எல்லாமே இயற்கை கொடுக்குது, பட் நம்ம மறந்துடும். It's very difficult for students to stay for another 5 minutes to listen to the audience. People are clapping. Kindly complete your lecture. So such kind of tolerance is there with the students community today. It's a problem, big problem for the organizer. So where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a way, there is a light. Where there is a light, there is a life. Where there is life, there is hard work. Where there is hard work, there is success. Where there is success, there is happiness. Where there is happiness, there is love. Where there is love, there will be blessings from the God. எல்லாத்துக்கும் மனசு இருக்கணும். எல்லாத்துக்கும் மனசு இருக்கணும். மனம் இல்லைன்னா ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. Your life must be meaningful. வாழ்க்கைக்கு பொருள் வேண்டும், வாழ்வதிலும் பொருள் வேண்டும். வாழ்க்கைக்கு பொருள் வேணும், ஆனால் வாழ்வதிலும் பொருள் வேணும். Arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Till your goal is reached, till your family goal is reached, till the institution goal is reached, till the nation goal is reached. இருந்தாலும் I am sorry to mention that today the youngsters are not in tune with the growth of the country. And nation building is very very important. This is an institution where they want to man making. Man is never born a man, but he grows to become a man. Man making job, but it's very difficult, and it is very difficult for the teachers who will be tired in shaping and molding the character of the students, because it's a very big challenge for them. Therefore, my dear students, please keep it in mind that learning is a continuous process. Keep yourself always learn and try to know what is happening in and around you. Economics is very very important for your life. Without money, you cannot imagine the world. Without money, you will not be respected. With degrees, you will not be respected. With knowledge, you will not be respected. With your wisdom, you will not be respected. But you will be respected only with the help of the salary which you are going to draw from your job. Therefore, kindly remember, kindly make use of the time. If you are unable to, if you are going to miss the bus, as soon as I completed, I joined as a lecturer. This is my 34th year of experience because I never missed my bus. கரெக்டாக வந்துட்டேன், அதனால் 34 வருஷம் ஆச்சு. கரெக்டாக வராது, என் கூட வர்றது என் கூட படிச்சுன்னா நானே கைட் பண்ணி அவனுக்கு ஜெயிச்சுட்டு வேண்டாம். அப்படியெல்லாம் ஒரு நிலைமை வந்துடும். அதனால் விளையாட்டாக இருக்கிறார்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை விளையாட்டாக மாறிவிடும். உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் பலர் விளையாடி விடுவார்கள். தயவு செய்து நீங்கள் ஒற்றுமையோடு இருந்து ப்ரொடக்டிவாக நீங்கள் ஏதாவது பண்ணுறதுக்கு பாருங்கள். எது பண்ணாலும் ப்ரொடக்டிவாக இருக்கணும், அன்ப்ரொடக்டிவாக இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஒரு பையன் பக்கத்தில் உட்காந்துருக்கான், அவன் பேசுவான்னு தெரிஞ்சால் நீங்கள் இடத்த மாற்றி உட்காந்துக்கணும், வேறு வழியே கிடையாது. அதனால் anyhow, I take this opportunity to thank my good friend Dr. Krishnankoil and Dr. Theenathayalan and Dr. Abhaya for their warmth of reception and welcome. And if time permits, I will meet you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So I take this opportunity to thank our management for supporting us all in our endeavors. I thank our respected director, Dr. M. Subramanian sir, for the support in organizing this program. I extend my sincere thanks to our most valued chief guest, Dr. B. Ganesan sir, and Dr. S. Theenathayalan sir for accepting our invitation and being with us on this very special day. I thank the RLIMS faculty leaders for the great support and the students for their participation. I thank everyone for making this Micmac Man Talk a great grand success. Now let us all rise up for the national anthem.
जनमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष